Like Marie said, just because a car seat is more expensive does not mean that it's any safer. So they'll advertise different kinds of crash testing, but in terms of the federal standard, that's all the same. So the things that people are actually checking, making sure those car seat manufacturers adhere to, the minimum standard is the same for a $99 car seat as it is for a $500. So anything beyond that is really can be ease of use or comfort, and those aren't nothing, but they're not everything either. So if money is a concern, just more expensive does not mean safer.
So
Eliana says you want to first make sure that you're using the right seat for your child. You should consider weight and height, not age, when picking one. And price does not matter.
So every car seat goes under the same testing. It's all federally regulated. So if you get a more expensive car seat, it's not necessarily safer than a middle of the range car seat.
There are 3 types: infant, convertible, and booster. Jolene is using an infant seat that uses a base to install.
With this particular car seat, you should be using the lap and shoulder belt when installing it, because that's going to give you a more secure fit. It shouldn't move more than an inch side to side.
Next, check the straps.
With the harness, it's very important that it is tight and that the clip is at armpit level. This is a little low. You want to have it up tight so that she has a nice secure fit. And then always do the pinch test. If you're able to grab any of the harness, it's too loose.
California law requires children to be rear-facing until they are 2 years old, or 40 pounds and 40 inches.
Even if their legs are a little long, the more important part is that there is room between the top of the head of your child's head and the top of the shell of your car seat.
After this check, Eliana recommends Jolene go ahead and move into a rear-facing convertible seat. Eventually, she'll turn around, and in a few years after that, she'll be in a booster. That's usually between 5 and 10 years old.
The safest place for a child is the middle seat.
where do you place the car seat in the back seat? I was on the side because I had no idea that you are supposed to put it in the middle, and I did some reading, and Dana had told me that that's what they did, put it in the middle. I had no idea. No one told me at the hospital. No one told me beforehand.
Well, no one's telling anyone anything.
Yeah, well, right. No, right. You're out the door at the least time. But I had no idea that my husband, neither one of us, has even. It was complete shock when she told me she did it. I said, "What? You put it on the middle?"
Does it depend on the car, or?
I was.
Well, I mean, there's a few things that we look at. If all things are perfect and the stars are aligned and we can make everything compatible and work well together, then we would recommend, and if there's one child, we'd recommend put them in the middle, because then you've got a kind of equal amount of cushion all the way around them. So if you have a side impact, then they're not near either door. We don't know of any data that says that one side gets crashed more than the other. So when it comes to going to a side, it's not like you can say, well, if you have to go, don't go to the driver's side or don't go to the passenger side. There's nothing that differentiates when it comes to that. So we say if you can go to the middle, and then you've got a nice amount of protection all the way around the baby in case there's a side impact crash. That being said, there are sometimes issues with compatibility. Sometimes you've got humps in the middle seat. Sometimes you've got other issues that might prevent it from being, a split seat situation where seats fold down, where you could have issues getting that seat in nice and snug. So we try for that, but it doesn't always work. And then you've got issues with parents that are carpooling and parents that have other children and parents that maybe aren't as tall and can't reach into the middle as easily in a big vehicle. So when it comes to that, we really want you to do it wherever, again, you can get it in the best and get it in the safest and the tightest, and you know that it's a nice secure fit.
Is there something you would recommend? What's a standard, something you would tell a new parent?
Like brand?
I've got a car seat. This is what everybody must do. Is there like a base?
Okay, so we don't have a specific brand that we recommend. We don't have a specific style necessarily. I mean, there's some different stages, Betsy will talk about, with the different ages and the sizes of babies, what's the best seat for them at that stage. But when it comes to a specific seat, there's not like any specific, like, this is the one that you have to get, because really they all go through so much crash testing, and the standards that they have to adhere to are so high that if any seat is being sold on the market, they should all be able to protect the same way. So we just want to make sure that families can use the seat right, that it's affordable. You don't have to go out and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a car seat.
Question.